What's up, everybody? We good? Just a thumbs up if you hear me. Awesome. Thank you. Be a few more minutes. All right, obviously you can see I have Chris Carson up. If you have questions, send me a chat, please. Curtis Crabtree, you have a question for Chris?
The touchdown run as well while you're at it.
I'm sorry, you said that again? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I said, how was it to be back after the month out of things, and then can you kind of take us through the touchdown run too while you're at it?
I felt good. It was hard missing all those games, you know what I mean? But felt good being back out there with the guys and help contribute to a win. The touchdown run, the O-line did a great job, you know what I mean, opening that hole. And, you know what I mean, I seen the end zone, so my game is physical, so I wanted to get in, so made that happen.
Greg Bell.
Chris, you had a jump cut on I think it was a 9-yard run in the third quarter. You jumped from outside to inside. Is that the kind of play that says you're all the way back from your foot, and are you ready now for the final 5 game?
I mean, I was just running. I don't really pay attention to, like, you know what I mean, if my foot is good or not. You know what I mean? I just want to keep improving, keep getting better. So I want to be there for the last final 5.
Masvita.
Yeah, Chris, just how satisfying is it for you to come back, contribute, and then you guys get a win on the road and continue the momentum?
You said, what was the question?
Oh, just for you to come back and help the team to a win.
Yeah. I mean, it's big, you know what I mean? Anywhere I can help the team, I want to do that. And so me and Carlos, everybody else, you know what I'm saying, contribute to that. It just felt good, like I said, to be back out there. I missed it.
Tim Booth.
Hey, Chris, you talked about the final 5 games. Did you feel like you were on any sort of, carry limit or pitch count tonight, or did it just work out that the way the carries were distributed?
We got 2 good 2, 3, 4 great running backs. So they know that they don't have to pound me to the ground. It's a long season, playoffs. So, you know, they did a good job splitting everything up.
Joe Fan.
Chris, does your foot feel 100%?
Yeah, I feel good.
And then was the sort of thing where you just wanted to, you know, be able to use as much patience as possible to make sure you were 100%? Like if you would have had a playoff game last week or the week before, like was there a way maybe you would have fought through it depending on the situation?
Depending on the situation, you know, anything could happen. I don't know how to answer that. I just know that I wanted to be, you know, back to myself. I didn't want to have no lag in my game, so I wanted to take the time and make sure I was good.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Yep, for sure.
Have Coach Carroll coming up.
Ready to go? Well, it's a good, tough win tonight. Really happy to see a couple things in the big sense. We shut them out with the football tonight. Pitched a goose egg for the offense, which is always where it starts. The defense did a fantastic job all night long. Really started fast, stayed with it. Unfortunately, we slop that last drive in there and give them a chance to get in there. But the whole night was really good. I don't know the numbers other than the 6 sacks, but we were in control, and it was great to see our guys play like that and play consistently. Again, like last week, a lot of corrections, a lot of things fixed during the game, a lot of great communication. We've taken a real nice step forward, and I'm hoping that we can just keep building on it. It's great to see Chris Carson back. Ran like a monster out there. The touchdown run was fantastic. DK has a huge night. I heard that he went over 1,000 yards. I don't know if that is. Yeah, that's a cool thing to have happen this early in the season. What a big year he's having, and a big night tonight. They played great. So I mean, we spread 6 sacks out with a bunch of guys, so everybody was rushing the passer, and we took advantage of some opportunities, and we did a nice job with it. Just a really good ball game all around. Also, Jason Meyer just continues to nail the freaking football. We kicked the last field goal, just to ice the thing, and it was, they just went out there and did it exactly like they're supposed to. There's a question whether you kicked that or not. I thought also that kicked my own butt. I had a terrible first quarter. Golly, we didn't handle the 4th down situations like we needed to, and I just felt like I took the momentum away from us, and so I was disappointed. I didn't play that much better later in the game either, but to tell you the truth. But I started lousy. So anyway, sometimes you can screw it up. Anyway, so it's a big night for us. Great to be Monday night, prime time, get it done, and let's get on back home, get going.
John Boyle, question for Coach.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense. Just for them to kind of pick up where they left off after the last couple of games, 5 straight 3-and-outs. Just how encouraged are you by what you've seen, not just this game, but really the last 2.5 games?
Yeah, very much so, John. They're you can just feel it. They're just on their game. They know our stuff. They know what they're trying to get done. We're able to adjust and tweak things as the game's going. All of that stuff is just the fine-tuning that it takes to really be able to play good ball, and I thought it was a really good night. What they rush for? Good. Yeah.
Art Teal.
Pete, it looked like Slay and Metcalf were getting into it early on, and I don't know if it was deliberate by Slay or the Eagles to try to bait Metcalf into doing something foolish. What was your read?
I hope they keep trying. They want to keep trying. He's very poised, very, very in command of what's going on. He handled that situation beautifully, and I think he had a pretty aggressive block on the play, and they didn't like it. So DK's doing his thing. He's making it known that he's not just out there catching the football. He's doing the whole game, and he's blocking and giving good effort and being tough and all that.
Curtis Crabtree.
Yeah, Pete, your pass rush continues to fire off, and it's not all on Carlos coming in. So what do you think's been the biggest kind of change here where you guys have come to, you're getting 6 more sacks tonight, and the whole unit seems to be firing off like it is?
Yeah, really a lot of guys contributed to that, which is great. Carlos had a couple really good rushes. Of course, we see. I don't know what Jamal had one. I guess tonight he's involved too. Bobby had a couple great rushes when we didn't maybe get the sack, but still had good pressure. Everybody's hitting it, and so it's Kenny's doing a really nice job of mixing the calls and utilizing the personnel and keeping them off balance, and it's great that everybody's benefiting.
And is Carlos okay? I think he left the game late. Is he all right?
He's got something in his foot. He's got a sore foot, sprained foot or something like that. It's a real technical term. Sprained something or other, I don't know.
Joe Fan.
Hey, Pete, just to clarify, when you're saying you had a bad first quarter, are you regretting the play calls on the fourth down or going for it?
I just didn't like that. I didn't like my handling of it, the timing of it down there. I handcuffed the guys a little bit. That one, and neither one of them worked. So if we had worked and converted, then it would have been better. But just we lost all of whatever momentum we could have had in the first quarter by not getting scores, and converting and getting, just completing the sequence. So I just didn't like it. I was pissed at me.
What's keeping
you cut out there, Joe?
What's keeping you guys from maybe making those decisions quicker? You had to take a timeout prior to both those play calls.
Well, we want to talk about it, and think it through. It was a big play, and I just didn't like the whole thing.
Tim Booth.
I told you it was me. I screwed it up. You asked what happened? Me. I messed it up.
Pete, how did you feel about the balance in your run game tonight? And is that maybe indicative of how you see it going forward between Chris and Carlos?
I don't know what the numbers were. I haven't seen those yet. Those two guys are going to keep pounding away. Yeah, if one gets hot, then he'll get more. But those guys are great at bringing it just like we want to. We didn't run the ball as well as we'd like to tonight. We've had a lot of trouble running the ball against these guys over the years, and it wasn't a whole lot different tonight. But we're going to keep working for the balance and continuing to have both aspects of our offense going.
Greg Bell.
The results weren't there completely tonight, but is this maybe the first time you have the personality of your team back the way you want it? It's a smash mouth on offense, the attacking up front on defense. Does it feel now it's your type
I think the last couple of weeks have we've taken this move in the right direction, and we just got to keep battling and just keep working to get better each week here and climb our way through it. There's only 5 games left in the series in the whole season, in the regular season, and we just have to just climb to the next game and get to that the right mentality and the right approach to go bang out another football game, and then we just go to the next one, just keep charging our way through this thing. I'm really excited about our belief, our resolve, trusting one another, offense trusting the defense, back and forth. It feels the best it's been all year, and we're ready to go.
Were you surprised? You knew they'd probably do it, but were you surprised they stuck with Mann and Slay on Metcalf the entire night?
No, we I don't know. We don't care what they do. They get to do whatever they want. That's their choice, based on what they think of their guys and all that. So, no, I wasn't surprised one way or the other.
Brady Henderson.
Pete, what did you think of the catch that DK made down the sideline? I believe it was your sideline with one hand.
Well, it's incredible.
Yeah. All over
it's an incredible one-hand catch. He knew he was fighting for space, and so he decided to make the space so he could and go with the one-handed catch. He knew exactly what he was doing, and it was a marvelous job of keeping him feet in bounds too, and all of that, finishing the catch. He hit the ground real hard right there too, and he just, he just was tough as nails there to finish that one.
And just to clarify, you said Carlos had a foot injury. Which Carlos was that?
That was Carlos Dunlap has a sprained foot.
Okay, thank you.
Sore foot or a sore toe or something. I don't know what it is.
Jackie Montgomery.
Coach, you touched on getting Carson back, but what about having Shaquille Griffin back and also getting Ethan back into the mix?
Yeah, it helped us. It just helped the continuity and the feel and all of that. The guys did a really nice job. It was great to get those guys back. We made a big deal about it last night in the meeting, just kind of welcoming them back in and looking forward to them playing with us again. And they did a really nice job. I thought Jamal played really good tonight. I don't know what the numbers came out, but you could see finally his shoulder came back, and this was the first time he really was playing with both shoulders firing. And in the last couple of weeks, it was great to see him be able to make some plays with it.
Masvita.
Yeah, Pete, now you talked a little bit about this in Greg's question. Now that you got everybody back, how much is the talk about being consistent moving forward as a team?
How much? I don't know. That's not the talk right now, but you're on it. I'm following your lead. Yeah, we should be talking about being consistent moving forward. That's really what we're always trying to do. So, I mean, that's why nothing's new. We just have to take it one step at a time and one day at a time and one game at a time and make sure that we're really clear about how much focus we need to learn how to generate getting ready for what's going to happen at the end of the season. And every one of these games are so important. There's something to every one of these games that helps us be a better team in the postseason, and we got to work our way through to that, see if we can earn our way in there. So there's just lessons everywhere. So we got to really be focused.
One more from Joe Fan.
Hey, did you give any consideration to Jamarco Jones playing right tackle?
Yeah.
And then how'd you feel Cedric did today?
Yeah, I got to look at the film. I don't know. I can't tell you, Joe. I don't know how well he did. I think he had a penalty in there that we didn't like, but I mean, all in all, he did pretty good. You know, it was admirable to start. I can't tell you until I see the film.
Curtis Crabtree.
Yeah, Pete, I was just kind of curious your thoughts on the intentional grounding that wasn't on the snap behind Wentz and everything that happened with that, and then going to finish the drive with a touchdown and how that whole sequence played out for you guys.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I was obvious or not, but I couldn't have been griping any more than it was about that one. I thought that one, and also the one that rushed through in the corner, the other, I thought, you know, those were just situations that I thought could have gone the other way, but I haven't seen it. I don't have a good look at them yet, so I'm not griping about the calls. I just wish it would have gone the other way.
And last one for Coach John Boyle.
Yeah, Pete, Bobby Wagner went over 100 tackles, ninth
Awesome.
time in his many seasons. Just what does that tell you about his consistency that he's every year done that?
You know, John, what can you say? This is we're looking at a Hall of Fame football player, you know, and we're so accustomed to the way he plays and what this tremendously consistent, you know, numbers he continues to add up, and we maybe don't realize how great a player he is and how hard it is to do what he's doing. He's just an all-timer, and I'm so happy that that's what we got 5 games left to play, you know, so he's going to have a ton this year. So that's great news. I wish I'd have known that to share that with the team. I didn't have that.
Thank you.
We good? We can thank Dave for that one, okay, in case you guys want to give him a little shot. Are we done, Lee? Okay, see you guys.
All right, DK Metcalf is on his way.
Oh, yeah. Last minute decision.
John Boyle, you have a question for DK?
Sure. Yeah, DK, obviously second big game in a row for you in Philadelphia. something you like about that matchup, about playing in that building? What is it for you in that play?
I think we're just at the right time, right place. But no, it's kind of like coming home. You know, a place that had a chance to draft me, but you know they didn't. So you know, I got to make them pay.
Corbin Smith.
Hey, DK, you became the fastest player in franchise history to reach the 1,000-yard mark in a season, 11 games. What does that accomplishment mean for you, especially with you just being in your second season in the league?
Man, just to God be the glory for everything. I actually prayed earlier today that you know he would do this for me, and you know it came to pass. So just you know thank you to God and you know my teammates, you know the coaching staff, and you know the O-line for you know blocking their butt off today.
Adam Jude.
DK, Pete just kind of praised you for the way you handled yourself. Obviously, some early pushing and shoving, a little scuffle with Slay there. It's not the first time we've seen that this year, but obviously that's something you take some pride in, being tough and being physical. What went into this one tonight in particular?
I mean, football is a physical game, so you know that's all it is: blocking, trash talking.
Michael Sean Dugar.
Hey, DK, do you think DBs will get to a point where they stop trying to test you like that?
Hopefully, man, but I'm not going to back down from nothing. DBs, linebackers, D-line.
Second question for you. I know this is not your side of the ball, but just what have you thought of kind of the attitude the defense has had, like maybe in the last month or so?
I mean, nobody's talking about the defense enough, in my opinion. You know, they've been playing their butts off from, you know, the back end to our corners to linebackers, and, you know, we're getting to the quarterback every game right now. So, you know, our defense is playing unstoppable right now.
Thanks.
Art Teal.
DK, did it seem like Slay and the other Eagles defenders were trying to bait you into something and maybe get a foul on you or get you ejected?
No, I mean, football's a physical game, like I said, and, you know, there's going to be trash talking. You know, when two good teams go up against each other, you know, that's what you're going to get.
Joe Fan.
DK, there were 8 teams that drafted a wide receiver before you. Is this one, you know, is Philadelphia, maybe, is there something extra there? Did you have meetings with them prior to the draft where you really thought that was a place you were going to go? I mean, it seems like this one specifically means something more to you.
I mean, no, it's just, you know, 2 years in a row. I've just had 2 big games here. So, like I said, man, God works in mysterious ways. So, you know, just coming home.
Greg Bell.
DK, what's different about the last 2 times the Eagles have gone man with you versus, say, Patrick Peterson in Arizona last month or Patrick Ramsey a couple weeks ago when maybe you guys don't go to you as much in those games, yet when Eagles go man, you go right at it?
I mean, it's just, you know, the game plan. You know, once the ball comes to me, it comes to me. You know, when they try to man us up and, you know, Tyler gets 200 yards or, you know, Demo or Freddie may have a breakout game next time. But, you know, it's all about whose day it is.
Brady Henderson.
Hey, DK, you kind of touched on it there, but what's your mindset going into a game when you know or when you feel like you're going to see a lot of opposing teams' number 1 cornerback? Well, what's your mindset going into it?
I'm happy. I'm getting a little respect, but, you know, I still got work to do. One of the defensive coaches came up to me, and it kind of made me mad that he was like, you know, I was in Detroit with Megatron, but you're not there yet. You know, in my mind, I'm not trying to be Megatron. I'm trying to be me. So, you know, had a little chip on my shoulder the whole game.
Was that Jim Schwartz?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And last one for DK, Jackie Montgomery.
Hey, DK, just what did you think of Chris Carson getting back on the field finally in his performance?
I mean, he brought toughness back to the offense. You know, Carlos ran hard last week, but just to see 32 back there in the backfield running over people and carrying people for 2 to 3 yards after he's hit is amazing.
Thank you, DK.
Russ for MVP.
All right, we have Shaquille Griffin. Shoot me a chat if you have a question for him. John Boyle, you're up.
Yeah, Shaq, just how was it being back out there after being away? And looks like the ball came your way a few times. You're pretty active. Just how fun was it to be back?
It felt great. It felt great. The main thing I wanted to do was just kind of get back with the guys. You know, I let them know it's been tough. You know, watching them run around in practice, watching around the last couple games, it's been tough for me. So it didn't matter what happened. I just wanted to be back with the guys, and it felt great. And I kind of knew I was going to get tested a lot. You know, usually when someone come back off a hamstring injury, I don't blame them. You know, it just felt good that, you know, I still got it. I'm still ready, still able to run fast. So, you know, it showed a lot. So I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad I was able to get my feet back wet and get some opportunity to make some plays on the ball. So it felt good. It felt great.
Larry Stone.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you notice a change in the defensive unit. They were kind of struggling when you got hurt, and now you guys are really rolling. What's changed in your mind?
The main thing that changed was just our mindset. We're playing more aggressive. I feel like the main thing was we was overthinking a lot of plays. At this point, we're just playing whatever call is thrown out there. We're playing it to the best of our ability. The main thing that I was telling guys was I just make it tough on guys. You know, I stop overthinking it. I just whatever pass, catch, or run, they got to be phenomenal at it. We're going to be that close, that tight on coverage. We're going to play that hard. We're just going to make it tough on those guys. And I think that's the main thing that we kind of switched our focus on. We're playing aggressive. And I was just telling guys, I stop overthinking it. Let's just make whatever happens, I make it tough on those guys. Every catch got to be phenomenal. Every pass has to be phenomenal. Every run has to be phenomenal. That's how tough the games have to be. You know, that's playing football. That's really competing. So nothing really changed, just the mindset of it. You know, the calls that we had today, we were playing more aggressive. But, you know, everybody was ready to bet on themselves. You know, we had to win our one-on-one battles, and we did that tonight. You know, that's the main thing. That's the mindset that we're going to finish the season with. Just win our one-on-one battles and always bet on yourself. So we felt that. We felt good today doing that, being aggressive.
Corbin Smith.
Hey, Shaquille, you just talked about the aggressiveness, but there's been so much talk about chemistry with this back half of the defense, all the new faces, all the injuries, guys in and out of the lineup. Do you get the sense now, even with you being out of the lineup the last couple of games, 2 straight games under 270 passing yards you guys have given up, you get the sense that chemistry is finally coming together, that maybe that it's molding back there for the defensive backfield?
Most definitely. We actually, Jamal brought it up during practice. You know, people can't say how many games that this actual secondary actually played together. You know, at one point was someone else was hurt, and there was a point where then I got hurt. You know, Quinn Dunbar got hurt. You know, it was so much going on. We never really got a chance to build the chemistry together because everybody was, you know, in at certain times in certain periods of this season. You know, and now that we finally getting everybody back healthy, we finally trying to hit our stride, and you know, we're ready to make that run. You know, we on this back stretch, we can make that run, start build that chemistry, because we can only get better from here, and that's the best part about it. You know, we've been playing, whatever we've been doing for the last couple games, but now we're starting to get everybody back healthy and start to really build that chemistry. You know, you can see it. We're talking more, we're enjoying it more. It's just that energy is different when all of us is out there at the same time. So, you know, it's cool because Jamal brought that up this week, and that's something that we got to build off of. Let's start to continue to build that chemistry. Let's continue to elevate our game. Let's play for each other. Let's trust each other. And, you know, that's something that we're going to bring for the next couple games and all the way into the playoffs until we get to the Super Bowl. So that's something that we got to build on.
Thanks.
Michael Sean.
Did Quandre mention anything to you guys about having the lead in interceptions now?
Yeah. He brought it up. I'm happy for
How
him.
you feeling about that?
I'm happy for him. You know, it's cool. I'm going to leave it at that.
Quick follow-up for you. Just as a DB, what is it like to see DK out there doing what he's doing to the opposing team's corners?
It's absolutely awesome to see that. You know, the type of things that we talk about going into the game is how many catches is DK going to have, how many yards he's going to have. You know, what do you do when you're going against a top corner and you have one, if not the best receiver in the game? What do you do? And I feel like we was talking about it. You feed him, you give him targets. You know, make it tough, let him compete. And he showed that I actually called that he's going to have 10 catches today. If anybody's wondering, you can ask Trey Flowers. I called this out today. He's going to have 10 catches, and I think he did.
Thanks.
The last one for Shaq, Jackie Montgomery.
Hey, Shaq, just curious what you think of the guys in front of you and just how effective they've been getting after the quarterback.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was really, really awesome to see them guys really get after it. And they said it was. They said this is the game that, you know, they're gonna change things around. They're gonna get that pass rush started. It's gonna make a huge turnaround going into this game. So it was huge. You know, the main thing they had to do was believe in us, and I'm glad they did. You know, we ran a lot more man, actually today to put more pressure on Wentz, and they believed in us to get that done back in the secondary, so we could let those guys do exactly what they do up front, and they did phenomenal at it. You know, and I appreciate those guys up front for believing in us in that secondary to get that done. And, you know, and we can count on them to get that pass rush started, and they did. You know, you lead the game with 6 sacks, that's huge for us. You know, and that's something that we got to build off of because this is just the beginning. Like I said, we can only get better from here, and I feel like that's the best thing about, you know, this Seattle organization. That second half of the season, we always find a way just to be better, to get better, and that's something that we got to build off of. So I'm excited about it. You know, it's just the beginning. You know, seeing those guys get after it today, and it's just cool. And I'm glad them guys can trust us in the back end and make those plays happen. And it's just awesome to see those guys do exactly what they have to do.
Thank you, Shaq.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, we have Jamal Adams going to hop on for just a couple.
Yeah.
All right, John Boyle, you're up.
Jamal, just with this defense, another big night of 6 sacks and 5-3 announced to start the game. Just how do you feel like this defense is progressing over the last few weeks?
We coming together, man. Everybody's getting healthy. We're starting to understand the defense as a whole. We're playing together. We're playing as one. And like I said, man, from the beginning, we knew what we had. We knew what type of talent we had. It was only a matter of time. We understood that people outside, they was going to chirp, but at the end of the day, we knew who we were as a team.
Michael Sean.
Hey, Jamal, the word like ugly game gets thrown around when the offense isn't really clicking, but for you guys, that was pretty game for your side of the ball, right?
Hey, man, again, there's always something negative about the Seattle Seahawks. I've kind of, witnessed that over the past couple of weeks since I've been here. We are 8-3. Damn, that feels good. Let's talk about that. All the negative, let's miss all that, man. This was a team win. The offense did what they needed to do, and the defense did what we needed to do. And at the end of the day, the special teams came up, and they handled business as well. So at the end of the day, we're 8-3.
Is that the outfit today? Is that from the style coach? His advice?
I mean, you took that and ran off with that, huh? It's not, man. It's just a hoodie, brother. I can dress myself as well, but it's not from him.
Okay. Just check.
It's all love, man. You know that.
Curtis.
Yeah, Jamal, you mentioned earlier this week how much you guys needed time together on defense for things to kind of come together. And how in a normal year, how much time does it take to come together, and how good is it to start feeling that sort of thing click now at this point?
Right, due to COVID, obviously we didn't have a chance to, do OTAs, and then obviously for myself, I got traded late, and then Dunlap came over, and certain guys that haven't played together as a whole. It takes time, man. It's a new system. I'm still learning, believe it or not, and everybody's out there, feeding off one another and just flying around the ball. I think our communication has been, phenomenal. We've been practicing, well as a unit, and we just got to keep going, man.
Ben?
Hey, Jamal, you've been around DK just, this season, 10 games, and, all the practices you've gotten in with him so far this year, but just how good is he, compared to what you saw from afar and then just being up close with him?
Yeah, man, he's a beast. He's a man child, man. He's my locker mate, so I'm excited about that. I always give him his props, and he's always doing his thing. He scared me a little bit on that route and that catch that he had. But that just shows the heart and the grit that he has, man. He's gonna be a phenomenal player. I said what I said about him a while back, as far as he can be that next Megatron. He has that type of ability. He has that type of skill set, man. He has that talent. So it's only a matter of time, before he really starts to explode. I don't think he's really taken off yet. I firmly believe that he has more in the tank, and that's the special thing about it, man. So I'm always pulling for him. I know he's going to continue to work hard and get better.
And you mentioned that you're his locker mate. I mean, just what do you see from him on like a day-to-day basis, just the way he kind of approaches, football?
Well, he changes his hair color every damn day. But other than that, it's pretty cool, man. Just to see him, he comes to work every day, and he's DK. You know what I mean? He's the guy that goes out there and he works his tail off. He's a hell of a teammate. He wants to win, and he's eager to learn, and he continues to learn from the best in the business. 3, Russell Wilson. So it's very simple as far as his mindset and how he approaches every day. Like I said, man, I'm just there to give him nuggets if I can, and continue to get better and continue to feed off one another, man, because it's a special thing.
Thank you.
All right, last one for Jamal. Larry.
Yeah, Jamal, I'm just wondering how much the confidence level of the defense has grown as you've put together these, back-to-back strong
Yeah. The swagger's through the roof, man. You know, we playing with a lot of swagger. We playing with a lot of confidence. We know when we step on the field, we're gonna try to take the ball away. We're gonna get a sack. We're gonna get a pick, and then we're gonna invite everybody to the party, man. That's what we do. We just invite everybody to the party, man. So it's a great feeling. It's a great win. Obviously those guys did a lot of talking on that other side of the field, but at the end of the day, we're not in the choir, man. We just come out and produce and win ball games. Mr. Joe, you don't have anything to say, Mr. Joe? How was my coverage?
Man, well, I don't know why you're salty. I just asked, how do you feel?
Oh, man, you said I got a little salty, man. I don't get salty, brother. Trust me. It takes a lot for me to really get salty, so I just wanted to ask you how my coverage was today.
I was gonna ask you if I had time.
Oh,
if you
okay.
played more in man coverage. You said on Friday that you were hoping that, or you were excited for things to change in the game coming up. I didn't get a chance to ask a follow-up. Do you feel like you were in man coverage more in this game?
Absolutely, but how did I do? I'm asking you.
I thought you looked okay.
Damn, that makes my day. I'm gonna have a hell of a flight, man.
My man.
I appreciate you,
All right,
brother. No, it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Jamal.
Yeah, Diggs. Let me make sure I got it.
All right, John Boyle, you have a question for Quandre?
Yeah, Carter, Jamal was just talking about, and Shaq too, just kind of the secondary coming together now that guys have started playing together more. How much have you seen it change? You've been out there more than anybody this season, but as guys get healthy and guys get some snaps together, how much have you seen that improve back?
I mean, I think it's dope. You know what I mean? Like Maul told you guys before. You know what I mean? We didn't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? So now we're getting that time to play ball with each other, and you know what I mean? It's getting fun, as you guys can see. You know what I mean? We're having fun. We're communicating. You know what I mean? We're turning up. We bringing energy. We bringing swag, and you know what I mean? I just think it's fun. You know what I mean? I think this is the point of the season where you want to play your best ball, and I know we didn't play our best ball early in the season, but if we can turn it up another notch, you know what I mean? That'd even be better.
Michael Sean?
What was that after the pick, Quandre? Was that like an eagle? What was going on there?
But y'all, you must don't know your history. You know what I mean? Check out T.O. when he was with Philly. He did that all the time. T.O. my favorite receiver all the time, so I got to give him a shout out.
No, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. We got you on the Zoom.
You know, that's how I get down. I know my history of the ball. You know what I mean? Like I say, I was a big Philly fan because of T.O. So, you know what I mean? I have to give a shout out to him.
DK let us know that Jim Schwartz told him, I was in Detroit. You're not as good as Megatron. So, I don't know if that was before the game, but what do you think of that strategy and warfare to poke the bear like that?
I mean, if I was a D coordinator, I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? I just think, you know what I mean, for him, he poked the bear, and then Slay had to go out there and end up having to deal with that bear. So, hey, Slay need to blame his D coordinator for that.
Thanks.
Brady?
Hey, Quandre, what would you say is the biggest benefit to the time that you guys are now getting together in the secondary? You mentioned that you didn't have that time earlier in the season when guys were in and out. What were you missing there, and what do you have now that you guys are together more?
I mean, just communication. You know what I mean? Communication on all aspects. You know what I mean? I could tell Maul something, and now he knows, you know what I mean, exactly what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Me and Shaq and Slim, we play games together, but, you know what I mean, when you bring in even just one piece, you know what I mean, it's totally different. So, you know what I mean, I can communicate with Maul, and Maul can communicate with Shaq, and you know what I mean, Maul can communicate with Trey. It's all good. He's communicating with linebackers, so he understands, you know what I mean? So with us, you know what I mean, we all around each other all the time, but now we actually get to talk ball because everybody's out of the training room and everybody's in meetings, you know what I mean? So it's dope, you know what I mean? So I think, you know, we want to hit our stride at the end of this season and, you know what I mean, kind of shut up some of the critics.
Thanks.
We'll go Art and then Curtis.
Andre, when you have a quarterback who's turnover prone, how do you exploit that?
I mean, we just go out and play our game, you know what I mean? Carson's a heck of a quarterback, you know what I mean? He's having a rough year, but you guys know a few years ago he was just an MVP candidate. So for me, you know, it's all about respecting the game, you know what I mean? If he throws, you know what I mean, we want to go get the ball, of course, but, you know what I mean, it's not a promise for us to get that ball, but we were able to get one tonight, and, you know what I mean, that's positive. So, I mean, we just go out and play our game. We don't let, what people are saying in the media or the numbers change the way we play. We want to go get the ball. We want to attack the ball. That's our motto each and every week.
Yeah, Quandre, it might be hard to quantify, but you meant in the whole thing about the timing. But how much just more comfortable and does it feel out there on the field on the defense? Just kind of having that sense of what everybody's doing, and how much more cohesive does it feel to you compared to earlier in the season at this stage?
I think just like I said, the communication aspect. You know what I mean? We can talk ball. We can use our tools. You know what I mean? Because we know them. You know what I mean? So. Props for our coaches also for giving us the opportunity to use these tools and giving us time, or more meeting time where, we can all get on the same page. So I think that's dope. But it makes it feel real comfortable. You know what I mean? Bobby and KJ, these guys have been in this defense for a long time, so they know the ins and outs of the defense. You know what I mean? This is I've only played, I don't even know how many games, but maybe like not even a full season of games in the defense. So for me, I'm still learning every day too. So, it's one of those things where we got better communication. I can talk to KJ, I can talk to Bobby, Maul can talk to him. You know what I mean? So I think that makes a big difference.
Thanks, Quandre. Appreciate it.
Yep, no doubt.
Me? Yeah, can you guys hear me? I don't know about these reporters. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Just messing with you guys. This whole mute, unmute thing. What's going on, guys? You guys hear me?
Yep. Greg Bell, do you have a question for Russell?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Greg?
Russ, hey Russ, how are you?
Great,
Happy
man.
birthday, belated by day.
Thank you, thank you.
What tonight having Carson and Hyde back, did it feel more like a Seahawks offense? Did it feel more like the personality of the team was back to normal?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that definition is. I think hopefully we were able to score a lot of points and do a lot of things, running it and throwing it. Obviously, I think, we were able to throw for so many, yards and touchdowns and things early on and everything else throughout the whole season. And we've been so great passing the ball when we've thrown it. I think we've been really great when we've had those guys running the ball too, which has been huge for us. So to have those guys back was amazing. I think that's a collective effort of the offensive line doing a great job. We really had a couple more big plays in the running game. We got a couple holding calls, I think. We had the touchdown with Carlos, which was a sweet run. I mean, that was an awesome run by him. Chris, getting him back in there, just getting him early touches early in the game was really cool in the passing and the running game. It felt like a championship football team. I think that's what we want, and I think we want to be clutch in the passing game. We want to be clutch in the running game. We want to be physical. They have a really good defense. I mean, I think they've always been great. All the players that they have and all the different things they do. And I thought we really responded. I think in the passing game too. I'm not sure what DK went for, but what did he go for, Lane?
177.
Yeah, 10 for 177. What's crazy is the go ball. If that would have been caught, which he said he kind of stumbled or whatever it may be, and the ball was maybe 2 inches too long, or I don't know, but I mean that ball was probably 80-yard touchdown right there, which would have been sweet. And then also the quick fly, which he normally would catch that one, but I mean just think about what he really would have done. He probably would have had 250, 260, 270, maybe almost 300 yards just off of those two plays. And I think Tyler's been special for us. Other guys, make some key plays in the passing game. I thought it was a great game. It was back and forth, and the only thing that we didn't have tonight is just a couple of those red zone. They stopped us in the red. They made some good plays in the red zone. We thought we had some really cool plays and stuff for them, and they just made a couple key tackles and a couple situations there. And like I said earlier, we had that holding that got called back for that touchdown. So the game could have looked a little bit different just off of those few plays. I take those 3 game-altering plays right there, and it could have been broken open pretty good. But we played a really good defense.
Curtis?
Yeah, Russ, Pete said he wanted to kick his own butt for those early sequences and the fourth downs and stuff that didn't go your guys' way. What kind of did you see in those circumstances, and what didn't go right down there near the end zone?
We had that one where Demo got the ball in the sweep or whatever it was. If we gotten that block, he just kind of, made a good play. Sometimes they got great players too. They're going to make some good plays. We get a touchdown there that it breaks the game open pretty early. I like the mentality. Our defense, I think the thing about Coach was he's really believing in our defense and how great they've been playing over the past couple of games in particular, and how great they were playing early in the game and how we felt about it. So it's really a testament to the defense and also who we are as an offense and what we believe in as a team. And so we were able to move the ball extremely, extremely well up and down the field throughout the process of the game and early on in the game in particular too as well. And so when we get down there, we want to score touchdowns. That's how you win games, touchdowns and execution. And so I think that they just made, two good plays on those fourth downs.
John Boyle?
Yeah, Russ, you've been teammates with Bobby from the beginning of your guys' NFL careers. He's over 100 tackles again this year, 9 straight years doing that. Just what does that tell you about him and the consistency of his game that he's done that every year of his career?
Well, I was in the locker room next to him. He has a locker next to me, and then I was talking to him. I was just saying, I said, "You're over 100, aren't you?" And he kind of looked, he's so humble, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, man, it's amazing just how far he's come and just all the things that he's done. He's been such a great leader since day one. To have him as a teammate, he's a Hall of Fame football player. He's a Hall of Fame friend. He's as good as it gets, and his character demonstrates everything, what he does in the community, what he does for this team, how he leads. I know how he loves his daughter and just who he is as a person. He's a special guy, and I think he's a great dad. He's just a great person. And if there's any kid out there who's watching somebody and wants to be like somebody, I think it's a guy like Bobby Wagner. He's got a good heart, good person. He works for everything. He works hard for everything. Treats people the right way in all circumstances. His faith is big, and I'm just glad that I get to call him friend and teammate. And so when we get to wear those captain patches and walk out into the field, and just go throughout practice and the season and the off season and everything else, we're grateful. Me and him are both very, very grateful for all the hard work and the years and the things that we've done so far, and we feel like we're just getting started. And so every time I look at him, I look at somebody who, I really believe that God's super pleased that our teammates are blessed to have and be around. And I know for me, wearing the other C on the other side of it, I'm grateful just to do it with them. And so it's been a lot of great years. And one thing that we've always said is don't get bored with consistency. Don't get bored with consistency. And I think having that mindset, having that neutral mindset, and just believing in that has been great along the way. And so I got a guy that I can always look up to and always call on, and that's him.
Michael Sean.
Hey Russ, did you get anything cool for your birthday this year?
Oh man, I got some cool things. I don't really ask for anything, nor do I want anything. I just want love and family, and I'm a simple guy, Mike. I like pictures. I like these moments of time. I'm just really big into that. So, C surprised me. It's COVID, so you can't really go anywhere. So she surprised me in the backyard with a little dinner, which was amazing. And I'm when I come home from work, I like to decompress once I finally get home, which is sometimes super late. And so we had dinner. We had Canlis come to the house, which is one of the best restaurants in Seattle. So the lead chef from Canlis came over to the house. He made dinner for us. I was completely shocked. Had it in the backyard. Just had some really cool quality time with her, and just seeing the kids, before that, and everything else. So that was the best part of my birthday for sure. We had it a little bit earlier, and then I just think that obviously getting the win. I mean, I feel like I like taking my birthday obviously my birthday's the 29th and the 30th. It's the end of the month, so I take those 2 days and I pretend like those are both my days. So when we get a win on one of those days, it's always good. So I'm grateful just for this team, and so I guess we got a win, and I think that's all I need, and just my family.
Have you come around on birthday cake, or are you still not a big birthday cake guy?
I'm not a huge birthday cake guy. I don't know. I'm not a massive cake person. The only cake that I absolutely love is which we had at our wedding, me and C, is red velvet cheesecake, and so that's probably like my favorite cake, But yeah, I guess I'm more, if anything, I'm probably more of a chocolate chip cookie guy. Warm chocolate chip cookies is probably my favorite thing.
Thanks.
Yep.
Art.
I got to ask a boring football question now. 3rd and 13, early in the game, you go deep to DK. He almost scores. Was that at your insistence? This was the time you were going to pop to DK?
Well, Art, I figured you were going to ask a football question, Art. I know you. You're going to always ask a good football question. I'm just messing with you.
Well, I've had Canlis over to the house so many times. That was impressive.
No, but listen, I think that was a great play by DK. They end up pressuring, I think it was cover 0 on that play. They end up pressuring out of nowhere, and and we had a lot of other options and stuff like that. And DK's always a great option, obviously, and he was racing down the field. Me and him had the same kind of connection on the route and the play, and he ran deep down the field, got by him, and I thought it was a touchdown. I think the ball landed on like the half-inch yard line, right? Something like that. So that would have been just like last year almost, the play that he had on the post route, I think it was. And so, but yeah, he like I said, I think to be able to have all the answers in every circumstance, I think is really key, and especially on those third down situations. And we were able to capitalize on some big moments there, and that was a big one for sure.
And we'll wrap up with Ben.
Russ, you've obviously been around DK a lot. You kind of have a really good idea of his mentality. Just from what you know about him, is it just a bad idea for opposing defenses to maybe try and get in his head? Like DK was telling us that the Eagles DC came to him pregame and said, "Oh, you're not Megatron," and then obviously early in the game, his kind of going at it with Slay a little bit, and then the push in the back. And then obviously he has such, has a great game. Just from what you know about him, is it just kind of, should defenses just kind of be wary of trying to get in his head, just knowing what he can do?
Well, you got to try to do something. You got to try to do something, and they can't get in his head. It's hard. He's hard to cover. He's, in my opinion, he's unmatchable. He just can do everything. I think the best thing about him is he loves his teammates. He loves the work ethic. He loves the process. He loves the journey. He's only 22. He's growing. He's getting better and better. And so he just got to stay the course. I think that I think a lot of times, anytime greatness is in store, the reality is that, and people see it and they see greatness, no matter who it is, an opponent or team, opponent in particular, fans, whatever it may be. It's it's one of those things that everybody has always an opinion, and the reality is that statues weren't built on people's opinions. It's built on success and what you actually do. And I think ultimately, the reality is that he's doing it. He's doing it, and people recognize it. And so I guess that's part of greatness. People try to pull you down. People will bring you up. And, the best thing he can do is when he's on top of the mountain, know how he got there. And when he's in the valley, know how he's going to get back up on the top. And I think that's just the key. And I think that just stay in the course, keep being a person that's super humble, believes in God, and just a guy who works extremely hard, guy who loves his teammates, guy who does the right thing. And so I'm glad we get to be teammates. I'm glad we get to do this thing together, and so many other great guys in the locker room. And so I think people just recognize, where he's going and where he's headed. And so you just got to stay the course and keep going, one play at a time, one moment at a time. And like I said earlier, he could have had a whole bunch of yards tonight. He almost had about 270, maybe even 300. And so I know those opinions change easily, quickly, this and that. He still had 177. That's pretty good.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you, guys. Go Hawks. See you at home.